Hey everyone, I'm Bridget and I am That Rainbow Platypus. Welcome back to my channel. Since I just graduated high school and I'm going into college, there's probably going to be quite a few differences between the rules of high school and the rules of college. So today I kind of want to talk about the things that everybody kind of hates in high school. And I mainly want to talk about this because I want to talk about how bogus dress code is. Like, just how idiotic it is. So, usually with high school dress codes, you're not allowed to wear shorts that I think are like a hand's length above your knee. And you're not allowed to wear tank tops that go like closer to your shoulder, I guess, like thinner straps. It's really frustrating because it's like the things that you should be worrying about in dress code is like, oh, you shouldn't have low-cut tops because you might not want to expose your chest or anything, or maybe you don't want to expose your stomach with like crop tops or something. But it's like, people are already so like inappropriate on television, and people are so inappropriate on the internet. Things that like all high schoolers have access to and have already like experienced in their own way. But God forbid that they show some shoulder and all the boys go nuts like, oh my god, did you see her shoulder today? Oh, such a slut. Seriously, it's a shoulder. Get over it, school. When it comes to short shorts, every girl wears them like outside of school. They're not like, not all of them are getting like harassed outside of school for wearing them. And if we're in high school, we should be able to wear whatever we want and have people like respect our choices. And if people aren't respecting what we're wearing, then they're immature idiots who shouldn't be allowed around other people. Catch my drift? Another thing that I personally hated about high school is something that everybody does. Even I did it. It's kind of like a double standard. It's like you hate this thing, but you still do it anyway. Basically what I'm talking about is when you are walking really, really slow in the hallways, or you're blocking the hallways with your group of friends and you're talking. This is something that everybody does. Sometimes it's kind of hard to avoid, but it's like, if you want to go talk to your friends somewhere, go in the commons or the library or somewhere that's not the hallway. The hallway is for walking. And walking at a reasonable pace that everybody can walk to without feeling annoyed. Try not to be like super slow. You have to think of it like as if you're driving a car. You're gonna get really annoyed if the person driving in front of you is going slower than a snail, or you're gonna feel really uncomfortable if the person behind you is trying to go really, really fast. It's just, it's something that works in both situations. Like, you don't want to annoy people, and people don't want to be annoyed by you. So come up with a compromise that suits everybody. I'm talking with my hands a lot today. And one of the other things I think that everybody hates about high school, or school in general, is that there's always one teacher. Usually only one. Sometimes there's two, sometimes there's three. I'm not going to mention any names, but there are a few teachers at our school that people will say that they all around disliked. And I can think of one. I can think of one right now. And if my classmates see this video in the future, I'm sure they know which teacher we're talking about. But this teacher was actually not a high school teacher. He was a middle school teacher. So that's a hint for all of my classmates. And I guess the final thing that I would say is that sometimes you hate your classmates. Or you dislike them. I think hate is kind of a strong word for that situation. But sometimes you dislike your classmates. And that's kind of a good thing, actually, in high school, because it teaches you tolerance and it teaches you patience with people. And is it kind of upsetting to be around people like that all day who are idiots, or people who don't know what they're talking about, or people who just interrupt all the time? Yes. Of course it's annoying. But you kind of just have to focus on the fact that you're only in high school for 4 years. High school is supposed to be like filled with experiences and making new friends and getting along with the other grades more than you have in like the past. And I guess it's just, high school is good in its own horrible way, I guess would be a good way to put it. Because not all of high school is horrible, but I guess the parts that suck the most are kind of the areas where you learn your most valuable life lessons, if that makes any sense. But I can honestly say that I did not have a horrible time in high school. Parts of it sucked, like a lot, and that's a video for another time. But I can honestly say that it wasn't too bad. High school is actually pretty fun. You get to make new friends, you get to have more variety in your classes, you get to do things that are more your interest. There's more clubs, there's extracurriculars, more sports. It's actually a lot of fun, so enjoy it while you can, even with those tiny annoyances that don't make any sense at all. Bye!